All right, guys, this is our second episode of Z's Comics Presents Comics. Simple, straight to the point. I like it. All right,
straightforward.
Cool. All right, first up, let's do some reviews. New this week, Masters of the Universe Revolution #1. This is the prequel to the Netflix series, which is also a sequel to the original '80s series, which is a little confusing because I didn't watch a whole lot of the original '80s series. And a lot of what is in this comic, I doubt was in the original '80s series. We get to learn about Hordak's story, where he's coming from. We learn about Keldor and how they first meet, how Keldor may or may not become a future villain. He definitely does. He's got blue skin. Why not? Okay. I'm giving this one 3 out of 5 because during a huge fight they had like anime styled flashbacks, and then they had a flash forward in the flashback.
In the flashback?
Yes.
That's like
that's
16 walls.
And so yeah, I am interested in where it goes. Like I said, it's Hordak's prequel. It's his story. Apparently, he looks into the future and everything is set in stone. Apparently, I don't know. It was a little confusing, a little too confusing for me. I'm gonna give it one more issue before I just like outright say don't get it. But if you like He-Man and like the lore of He-Man, definitely pick this up and see how you like it. Next up, we're going with Monolith, our boy over here. He is a future Hellspawn, I think. It takes place in the year 3030, but there's time travel shenanigans involved. Kind of confusing on that. The writing itself feels like middle school fanfic. I don't know when the Hellspawns were supposed to be like the universe's saviors, but it talks it up a lot. Whoever is narrating is talking them up like, they're like angels or whatever. I don't know what's been going on in the Spawn comics to make everybody believe that all of the Hellspawns were like sent to save the universe. And that's on me because I haven't been keeping up with Spawn, but this is #1. Fantastic artwork, not gonna lie, I love it. I think that the art is wasted on the writing. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. If you're a Spawn devotee, definitely pick it up because the art alone is amazing. Okay, it was just very confusing, especially for a #1. And this is supposed to be a #1 in a new universe. So why am I supposed to know everything that happened before this new universe came up? You know what I mean? This new imprint. I mean, with Dawn of DC, all you had to know was Batman good, Superman good, Lex Luthor bad, kinda. But this one is just outright confusing to me. You see, switch it up. We're gonna go and talk about Venom, separation anxiety. This one,
I have some of that too.
Separation anxiety?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
It can be scary.
I know. It can be.
Why do you think I'm sitting so close to him?
I love you too, buddy. Anyway, Venom separation anxiety #1 just dropped this week. The title being The King in Purple. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, by the end, it lives up to the name. It just looks cool. You know what I mean? The artwork, Geraldo Sandoval, I think his name is. Fantastic artwork, especially for a Venom series. Oh my gosh. I love this artwork. The timing is a little confusing of the story itself. It's I don't know if it's taking place in the early days of Venom's Lethal Protector phase, or if this is a new universe, or what's going on with it. But they're running. They just kind of hit the ground running. Venom hates Spider-Man. Oh, so does Eddie Brock. Oh, right. They're gonna find Parker and unalive him.
Oh, so this is him with Eddie.
Yeah. This is not Dylan Brock. So this goes back in. See, it either goes back in time or it's a new start in a new universe, which I think is more likely because we're getting the Venomverse reborn soon.
See, the name led me to believe that this was like the symbiote having some separation anxiety from being away from Eddie.
See, I think that might be the case later on because I'm not gonna. This is as spoiler free as I can make it. Something happens. People go places. It's just. I give it a 3 out of 5. Okay, just go out, check it out. The only reason I give it a 3 out of 5 and not a 4 is because I'm confused where it takes place in the Spider-Man universe, or in the Venomverse. I don't know, but. Like I said, fantastic artwork, Geraldo Sandoval. A couple new characters are introduced. One of them is Joy Mercado. Supposedly, Eddie Brock saved her life in a war-torn area of the world, and you know, I think that for this miniseries, she's going to be the main, romantic focal point. But I don't know. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now since this is an issue 1, but. Definitely, I recommend picking this one up, especially if you're a huge Venom guy. And then, the variants are also amazing. I've yet to see a bad variant on this. And Doom, number 1. Oh,
good old Doom. Oh, we didn't even have it up here.
I forgot. All right, now we're moving on to Doom, the one shot.
Yep.
Doom versus Galactus. Take us away, man. You're the one that read it. Is it good?
See, I liked it. I'm not the biggest Doom guy, but it was pretty nice. Like, it starts off fairly simple. People are looking. Well, Valeria. That's who you end up finding out. Valeria is looking for Doom with a little robot of her, Herbie, I believe it was. Herbie, a robot. Herbie. And so they find Doom in a wreckage. He built a whole Doom robot, a giant Galactus-sized Doom robot to take on Galactus. He lost. And you end up finding out that he'd been floating out in space for like 2 years.
Oh, damn.
And the way they explain how he survived, magic. Just magic. Simple magic. Valeria ends up like bringing him back, injects some super soldier serum into this guy.
I did read about that. So now he is like 1% Captain America, Captain Latveria.
And like you find out what happened in between the time that he fought Galactus and after that. Through Valeria just telling him, like, hey, this is how it went. Like, Galactus, the way they put it, just succumbs to his hunger. Like, he got to a point where he's like, I'm tired of waiting for, like, the end of the universe to come along. Because evidently he's destined to see the end of the universe just like he was at the very beginning, at the end of his, when ours started. So he's like, he's tired of going through that, tired of waiting. The hunger's got to him. So he just decides, you know what? Budget. And he goes on a rampage, just completely eating every single world he comes across. Ends up getting to our Earth, and like the Avengers and everybody goes after him. He wipes the floor with them. Just leaves Earth completely barren and all that. Nothing left. The Guardians of the Universe end up going after him too, with Beta Ray Bill and all them, and he just flips them away. Nothing. Ends up taking on the Celestials like nothing too, and takes them down just like that. And so it ends up being to where they end up finding out that he goes for like, it's the Great Nullifier, but it's the way they put it is it's the mother of the Great Nullifier. It is something that can completely wipe out the universe and just start a new one. Because that's what he wants. Galactus is like, I'm tired of this world. He's judged it, saying that this universe, horrible, nothing worth saving. So he's going to bring it to an end.
Yeah, if you know what, if I was hungry 24/7, I probably
for real,
But bottom line, what do you give it?
See, I'm not the biggest Doom guy, but I would give it a solid 4. It's a thinker.
Wow,
it's a thinker. Okay. I feel like people who like Doom, it's Doom. His attitude towards things, like he has a pretty good monologue, like a good last of the 10-15 pages or so of this is him having a good monologue while it's showing all the stuff that they're doing, him and Valeria trying to take down Galactus. And it's a pretty good monologue. It's a thinker. It makes you think, Yeah. It was a pretty nice one shot.
I'm gonna have to finish up reading this one. So 4 out of 5 from a guy that doesn't even really care about Dr. Doom. All right, cool. So that probably means I'm gonna really enjoy this one. All right, so one last review, but this one is of a trade paperback. Transformers, Energon Universe 1 through 6. I friggin' love Transformers. First off, and this one right here is amazing. All right, I do not like most of Bayformers just because the characters are all wrong, right? This one just takes all my childhood and reskins it, and it's amazing. The interactions between the characters, it is different. It is a different origin. It takes what the 80s cartoon, 80s comics had, and just it amps it up to an 11. So bottom line is, man, go out and grab this comic as soon as you can. This one right here is actually an FOC exclusive variant. So if you can't find it out there, you might be able to find it on online or something. But this one right here, created by Daniel Warren Johnson, and most of the art is actually done by him as well. And it looks a bit rushed. I'm not gonna lie, the artwork does look a little bit rough, but it lends to the chaotic nature of what is on the page. Because all of a sudden, oh my gosh, there's giant metal robots in my backyard, and holy crap, there's another one that just turned into a plane and he's trying to kill the
things do go really fast.
Yeah,
I read the first 2.
Yeah,
had to put it down a bit because I'm still not over my boy B going down. Doesn't even survive.
Oh yeah, there's
so much stuff,
so much going on in here, and
soldiers get eaten by these robots.
Oh yeah, did they get eaten?
That dude definitely got eaten. Man, he got ejected into Starscream's mouth.
No, he didn't get injected. No. Starscream actually just like.
Oh, I thought he ejected.
No, he didn't.
Mouth,
he didn't eat him. No,
I thought he did.
So, bit of a spoiler. This comic is why Duke of G.I. Joe hates Transformers. Okay, it's like issue 3 in this one, issue 3 or 4. Totally justified in him, having a hatred of all Transformers, Decepticons, or Autobots. It doesn't matter. Right? I totally get it. Dude is like going to be on a warpath in his series. Bottom line, go out and grab this. I give it a 5 out of 5. But then again, I'm kind of biased because I friggin' love Transformers. But if I say this is amazing as a Transformers fan, you can trust me. All right?
I'll give it a good shot. If you like Transformers, you're gonna love it. If you're not that into Transformers, it is a pretty good start to it.
It really is. Yeah. This is also a good starting point for anybody. All right. It's got story. It's got heart. It's got pretty good art. But yeah, definitely pick this one up. And so that's it for our reviews right now. We're going to move on to some news. Ghost Spider. Spider-Gwen comes out next week. It's a new #1, new launch. She is trapped in the main 616 universe, but for some reason doesn't want to let any of the heroes that she knows know that she's there. So how is that going to play out, in a whole, the whole grand scheme of things? We don't know. Why is she there? We also don't know. From what I've read, it's going to be like kind of a slow burn, which I'm not really a fan of those. So I might just pick up all the issues and read them all read like 6 at a time, because that's usually what a story arc is.
Yeah.
Let me see. Rob Liefeld a few weeks ago announced that he is quitting Deadpool-related stuff, which is weird because he has a bunch of Deadpool covers coming out for Deadpool, Wolverine, World War III, Deadpool itself, his Deadpool's new self-titled series, and also I think he's got another few covers for other comics that involve Deadpool. So that's a little weird.
Might just be going story-wise then.
So I don't know, because he hasn't really had a whole lot to do with the stories lately. Anyway, I think it's like Jack Black announcing that he's taking a retirement from acting, and then bam, we already got like 2. We got Jumanji, and then Kung Fu Panda 4, and stuff like that.
When great stuff like that comes around, you gotta do it.
And then Super Mario, he's Bowser. I mean, like that came right after he said, "You know what? I'm done. I'm enjoy my retirement." Bam, he's Bowser. Peaches, 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 peaches. All right, so I don't know. I take that with a bit of a grain of salt. And this past Tuesday, May 14th, kind of a bitter note. Co-creator of Moon Knight, Don Perlin, passed away. He had a hand in pretty much everything Marvel, from Atlas Comics to Marvel, and eventually he moved on to Valiant. So if you enjoy anything kind of like Morbius, horror-related comics in general, he probably had a hand in it. And so, yeah, it's a huge loss to the comic book industry right there. So, yeah, that is a bit sad, but, you know, we had some pretty good stories.
Solid.
So, yeah. All right, that about wraps us up for our comic reviews, news, and, you know, happenings going on around the industry. So tune in next time and check us out. Like, subscribe, and, you know, we're out.